Vasudevaya. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this morning we're reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Punishment and Reward of Kali, text number 39. Punascha yachamanaya Jatarupam Adat Prabhu Tatunratam Madam Kamam Rajo Bharyam Chapanchamam Rajo Vairam Chapanchamam Punascha Yachamanaya Jatarupam Adat Prabhu Tatunratam Madam Kamam Rajo Bharyam Chapanchamam Rajo Vairam Chapanchamam Punascha Chamanaya Jatarupam Adat Prabhu Tatunratam Madam Kamam Rajavaryam Chapanchamam Punascha Chamanaya Jatarupam Adat Prabhu Tatunritam Madam Kamam Rajo Vairam Chapanchamam Punascha Chamanaya Jatarupam Adat Prabhu Tatunritam Madam Kamam Rajo Vairam Chapanchamam Anybody online want to chant? Okay. Puna. Again. Cha. Also. Yachamanaya. To the beggar. Jatarupam. Gold. Adat. Gave away. Prabhu. The king. Tata. Whereby. Anritam. Falsehood. Madam. Intoxication. Kama. Lust. Raja. On account of a passionate mood. Varam. Enmity. Cha. Also. Panchamam. The fifth one. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Kali asked for something more. And because of his begging, the king gave him permission to live where there is gold. Because wherever there is gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, and enmity. Purport. Although Maharaj Pariksit gave Kali permission to live in 4 places, it was very difficult for him to find the places because during the reign of Maharaj Pariksit, there were no such places. Therefore, Kali asked the king to give him something practical which could be utilized for his nefarious purposes. Maharaj Pariksit thus he gave him permission to live in a place where there is gold, because wherever there is gold, there are the above mentioned 4 things. And over and above them, there is also enmity. So the personality of Kali became gold standardized. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, gold encourages falsity, intoxication, prostitution, envy, and enmity. Even a gold standard exchange and currency is bad. Gold standard currency is based on falsehood because the currency is not on a par with the reserved gold. The basic principle is falsity because currency notes are issued in value beyond that of the actual reserved gold. This artificial inflation of currency by the authorities encourages prostitution of the state economy. Interesting. Prostitution of the state economy. Prabhupada's got this vision just like the price of commodities becomes artificially inflated because of bad money or artificial currency notes. Bad money drives away good money. Instead of paper currency, actual gold coins should be used for exchange, and this will stop prostitution of gold. Gold ornaments for women may be allowed by control, not by quality, but by quantity. This will discourage lust, envy, and enmity. When there is an actual gold currency in the form of coins, the influence of gold in producing falsity, prostitution, etc. will automatically cease. There will be no need of an anti-corruption ministry. Anti-corruption ministry. For another term of prostitution and falsity of purpose. Interesting. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurimitam Dina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Mukram Kotavasha Mangalam Aiti Yat Kripa Taraham Bande Shri Gurum Dirataranam Vanchikapa Tuyudhishcha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Anapamane Vaishne Yo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Gaura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj explains that expert geologists, they know where is gold and how to extract the gold from the gold ore. I looked it up. If they have 3 tons of gold ore, they get 1 ounce of gold out of the process. It's amazing, huh? But they're so much into gold. But the devotees are so detached. It's described that they see gold as yellow stool. Yellow stool. In other words, no value. So he gives the example, he goes on giving the example that just as an expert geologist, he's able to find gold. So an expert spiritualist, he's able to find where the soul, he knows where the soul, that everyone is a soul and where the soul is. So we're trying to become expert spiritualists. So, of course, that takes some very good sadhana in order to realize that we're souls and that everybody is a soul. It's not easy, actually. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna even says, he says, "As chayava chasti, chayava pasi." What is it? You know that verse? As chayava pasi kashyana, as chayava variti taiva chanya, as chayava chanya nyashnoti shudrani shudrani. It's a tongue twister. And some look on the soul as amazing. Some describe them as amazing. Some hear them as amazing. Some, even after hearing about them, can't understand them at all. It's difficult to understand the soul. What to speak of understanding Krishna, Supreme Soul. Because, consciousness, with all the advancement now in science and the medical profession, they don't know what consciousness is. They don't know what consciousness is. But Krishna explains what consciousness is. It's the soul. And the soul it's quite amazing. It can't be destroyed by any weapon. Nainam chindanti sistani, nainam dihantipam, na chainam vediyanta, na sochiti marga. It can't be destroyed by any weapon. I mean, there's some pretty powerful weapons on this planet now. Nitrogen bombs, like so powerful. It can't touch the soul. can't harm the soul at all. You know, there's only one thing that survived. You know, they had this atom bomb in Japan. Do you know what entity survived? Cockroaches. Cockroaches survived. They're time to get rid of them. So, but yeah, the soul is so powerful. And it's described that the pure soul becomes, Prabhupada explains, the pure soul becomes brilliant like the sun. The pure soul. Now we're covered souls. We're trying to become uncovered. So there's a pastime of Sanatana Goswami. He was a minister, and he got tired of being a minister. Actually, he was forced into, him and Rupa Goswami, they were forced into it because what was it, Hussein Shah? I think no. He said, if you don't come and because he heard the qualities of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, so he knew these are very qualified personalities. He said, if you don't come and serve under me, then I'm going to harass the brahmanas and the devotees like anything. So it was blackmail. Either you do it, or you're going to be sorry. So they, Sakir Malik and Dubir Khas, they actually even got different names, Muslim names. So they were working under the government, and they were ostracized from the Brahmin community because they were serving under the Muslims, although they were doing it to protect the Brahmins. No gratitude, yeah. So Rupa Goswami, somehow he was able to get away clean. But it was a little more difficult with Sanatana Goswami. He had to call in sick for quite some time. I think it was like 10 days or something. And now Hussein Shah, he told one of his doctors, go and check on him. So he went there and reported back, he's not sick, he's perfectly all right, but he's hearing from the Brahmanas. He's getting some sadhu sangha. So then now Hussein Shah, he went there and he said, what is this? You're a very important part of my situation here. So now you want to separate yourself from your service. And he said, yes, I'm sorry, I don't want to serve under you anymore. So he had him locked up. Not because it was a punishment, but he didn't want him to escape. Because he was so, he thought he was close. He thought he was close to Sanatana, but he wasn't. But he was, he so much appreciated it, he just didn't want him to leave. So he was in jail, and he told the guard there, I want to go to Mecca. And you're a pious soul, please, you have to help me. I want to get out, I want to go to Mecca. And I'll give you gold. How many gold coins? 10,000. Started out with 5, and he was a little hesitant. All right, I'll give you 10. All right. But then when the Nawab comes back, what are we going to say? You're not here. You're supposed to be in jail. Just tell him that we were out and I had to go to I had a nature call and I had the chains on, and he tried to escape and he drowned. So just tell him that. So Sanatana Goswami is smart. So he did it, and he was able to escape because he had to go. And then he was able to escape, and then he had this. He was traveling with this servant, and they went to one place where there was I guess kind of like a hotel, and they were being treated so nicely. And Sanatana Goswami, something's not right here. They're being a little too nice here. What is it? Devotion is a sign of a thief. Too much devotion is a sign of a thief. So then he asked his servant, I forgot his name, that you have some gold with you? Yeah, I have 7 gold coins. To give it to him. And he gave it to him. This person at the hotel. He said, it's good you've done that because we were going to kill you for this. And then somehow he sensed that he still had some money, and he kept 1 gold coin. It's attached. Yeah. Go back home. You keep your gold coin, you go back home. Don't want this out. But they helped him through the countryside there. So yeah, gold helped him out. And Rupa Goswami is described that Prabhupada says he had boats of gold, and 50% he gave for preaching, 25% for emergency, and 25% for family. So I guess that whole 25% for emergency went to Sanatana Goswami. So Sanatana Goswami then he got the mercy. He was able to, he went to where Lord Chaitanya was, and he was sitting outside. And Lord Chaitanya told one devotee there, said, there's a sadhu, there's a saintly person outside. He looked outside, and it's just Sanatana Goswami. He had his beard, and he had the Muslim look, you know. He said, no, there's just a Muslim person out there. So they said, no, that's not the Goswami. Lord Chaitanya is omniscient. You could see, you could understand it's not the Goswami's way. It's interesting that he didn't knock on the door, and he went right to where Lord Chaitanya was, which is also interesting. So Lord Chaitanya came out, and he said, what did he say? Shave up. Shave up. You know, all the hair. But he was also a little upset because he, when Sanatana Goswami was traveling, he met his, I think his brother-in-law, who was also wealthy, and he gave him this real nice cheddar, expensive cheddar blanket. So Lord Chaitanya was expressing not with any word, but just by bodily language. He wasn't pleased that he had that. So Sanatana Goswami, he caught that. So he went to the riverbank, and he saw one elderly person there with an old quilt, and he said, excuse me, can I exchange this for you? And he thought he was joking with him because it was just a holy blanket, and here he has this nice, expensive blanket. He said, why are you teasing me like this? No, I'm not teasing you. I want to change. He said, all right. He was very happy. So he went back, and he had this holy cheddar. Lord Chaitanya was pleased. He said, you gave up your last attachment. So then Lord Chaitanya, he spoke to him. For how long? 2 months. What mercy. Lord Chaitanya preached to him for 2 months. What mercy. And from that, he wrote so many books. So then he went to Vrindavan, and he was asked to excavate the holy places. I think him and Rupa Goswami. So he was in Vrindavan, and while he's in Vrindavan, there was one person who he wanted to be wealthy. So he was worshiping Lord Shiva very diligently, very sincerely, great austerity. So eventually Lord Shiva appeared. He said, well, what is it you want? He said, I want wealth. What kind of wealth do you want? He said, I want material wealth. There's spiritual wealth, there's material wealth. So he said, all right, go to Vrindavan and find Sanatana Goswami. All right, so he went to Vrindavan. And he went to Sanatana Goswami, paid Dandavats, and he said, I was worshiping Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva sent me to you. I want wealth. And he asked him the same question. Do you want material wealth, or do you want spiritual wealth? Now here in the West, if you want wealth, it only means one thing. Material wealth. But these are spiritualists. Yeah. Do you want material or do you want spiritual wealth? I want material wealth, and a lot of it. All right. If you look in the garbage pile over there, you're going to find a touchstone. And any iron you touch with that touchstone, it turns into gold. So you become very wealthy. Okay, thank you so much. See, but somehow he was able to find the touchstone. So then he came and he offered respects and went on his way. And he became very wealthy. Got a mansion, living the high life. Yeah. But there's a problem. Wasn't happy. So he thought, but this Sanatana Goswami, he had this touchstone, this very valuable touchstone, in the garbage. Maybe he has something that would actually make me happy. So he went back with his touchstone. And he went to Sanatana Goswami. He said, I got this touchstone from you, and I became very wealthy. But I'm not happy. said, can you give me something that will make me happy? He said, yes. Take your touchstone and throw it into the river first. A sign that you're serious. All right. So he went. He threw it into the river, Yamuna River. He came back and looked, and then Sanatana Goswami gave him something that will make him unlimitedly happy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. He said, you chant this mantra and you'll be unlimitedly happy. But you have to chant with sincerity, seriously. So he left chanting Hare Krishna. So that's the gold story with Sanatana Goswami. So it's described that actually in the Bhagavad Gita, in a purport, Prabhupada gives an example that Krishna is compared to a diamond, and the pure devotee is compared to gold. If you have a gold ring and you put a diamond, a beautiful blue diamond, into a gold ring, they complement each other. They're very attractive. So, by taking to Krishna consciousness, we develop this gold quality. It's valuable. It becomes very elevated spiritually. And then one becomes very attached to Krishna, and they complement each other. So when we're distributing books, I think we have some book distributors online here. When we're distributing books, we're not distributing ink and paper. We're distributing gold and diamonds. Very valuable and not very expensive. Cheap. There was one musician who he wrote a song, Looking for a Heart of Gold. You ever heard the song, Looking for a Heart of Gold? It was back in the 70s. It was very popular, Looking for a Heart of Gold. So what does that mean, looking for a heart of gold? That means looking for someone that will satisfy my senses, basically. Right? But a real heart of gold is a pure devotee. That's the real heart of gold. So we're fortunate. We came across someone who has a heart of gold. Srila Prabhupada. And so many devotees. So by association with pure devotees, we also eventually get a heart of gold, which means that our desire is only in pleasing Krishna, serving Krishna, thinking of Krishna, serving Krishna. This is the nature of the soul. Our nature is that we have to serve. We have to serve somebody. Another famous song. We have to serve somebody. So best is to serve Krishna. Prabhupada gives an example that if you have a gold ring, that gold ring is the same as the gold mine, qualitatively, right? Mm-hmm. Quantitatively, big difference. So achintya, Veda tattva, non-different. One and different. So we're one with Krishna in quality, but in quantity, big difference. He also gives the example of the drop in the ocean. The drop in the ocean is qualitatively just like the ocean, but quantitatively big difference. So we're a big difference from Krishna. It's like I was talking to one person, and he said he was God. And I said, well, you know, God, he's a big person, you know. He creates universes. when was the last time you created a universe? And he said, well, yeah, not recently. So there's so many people think this. Just a few weeks ago, I met a guy who said, "Yeah, I don't need that. I'm God myself." You know, they don't understand what is it. What it is to be God. He knows everything. He creates everything. The cause of everything. But yeah, people don't know. He creates. It's like there's these people that do magic tricks. You know, apparently they create gold. You know, you've heard of these. I think such a sly Baba used to. Apparently. But then you have a business too. If you're able to make gold, then why do you have a business? Making gold, then yeah, just make as much as you want. But Krishna, he makes gold mines. This is God. This is Krishna. So people are attracted to gold. It's like in 1848, there was a California gold rush. 300,000 people came here within a few years. And California was never the same after that. that's how San Francisco came about. So many of them after. It was finished after 10 years. So many people came and they were getting the gold. So then they gradually went to San Francisco. That was pretty much the beginning of San Francisco. So people are attracted to gold, to money. People die for money, do anything for money. But devotees, they do anything for Krishna. Surrender to Krishna. There was one devotee said, Prabhupada, can I worship Ganesh? You know, people, they worship Ganesh to get a lot of wealth. And there's another reason people worship Ganesh. Do you know that one?
Removing obstacles.
Removes obstacles from the path of devotional service. So there's material and spiritual wealth there also.
Wow.
So Prabhupada wrote back and said, yes, you can worship Ganesh, but you have to give me $10,000 a month. You get a lot of wealth from Ganesh, then you give it to me. So that devotee decided not to worship Ganesh. So the personality of Kali asked for something more. Just reading the translation here again. The personality of Kali asked for something more, and because of his begging, the king gave him permission to live where there is gold, because wherever there is gold, there is falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, and enmity. Boy, I sure don't want to have a lot of gold. You get all these negative things. It's hard to find gold. What is gold worth now? What do you go by? Ounce.
$2,800 per ounce. Per ounce.
That's around 3,300 per ounce.
Oh, okay.
$3,300
Yes.
per ounce.
Per ounce.
Yep.
Wow,
3,326.
that's crazy. You know, when we had this Y2K, remember the Y2K? Were you guys? You were.
Yeah.
Y2K. They thought everything was going to crash. All the computers.
Oh, okay.
Y2K. So there was people that thought everything is just going to stop. And people actually moved to the country. And even devotees. You know why we have this eco-village in India? Radha Swami? It was because of that. Yeah, we got that land out there.
Oh.
Because it was unsure. And when there was other devotees that bought land, you know, outside the city, just in case, you know. That's why they got that. So there was some. So what did how was I going to that? I forgot why I was bringing that up. Yeah, there was some fear. that the economy was going to crash, everything was just going to stop. Now, why did I bring that up? Lost my train of thought there. Anyway. Oh yeah, we were talking about how the value of gold now. It's unbelievable. So yeah, some devotees they got gold just in case the economy falls. They still have it. But now every day practically it's becoming more valuable. How much was it again?
3,300.
3,300.
If we're going by kilograms, it's 107,000.
Huh?
Per kilogram, it's 107,000.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, any question or comment? Or reflection? Any questions about gold?
I really like the Sanatana Goswami pastime too. He was so affluent. He was given so much respect and adoration, even though he was in the Mohammedan kingdom, like in the court. But he was willing to give everything up, like it was yellow stool, and he was willing to take the holy chadar from some poor person, and he was never attached to the wealth at all, whether he had all of Rupa Goswami's inheritance or gold, or he had nothing except the chadar with gold.
Yeah.
He was the same.
It's amazing.
It never mattered to him whether he had wealth or not.
And when they went to Vrindavan, they were living under a different tree.
Oh yes.
So they were homeless. Had nothing. But they were practically the wealthiest people
Oh yes.
on the planet. Because so much devotion, so much wisdom. Rupa Goswami, who Prabhupada said when he was on the planet, he was the most intelligent person on the planet. And then when he left, Jiva Goswami became the most intelligent person. So most intelligent person on the planet, and he's living under a different tree. They had nothing. Materially, they had nothing. But spiritually, they were just filthy rich. And Prabhupada was in New Delhi, he had nothing. He was trying to sell his magazines and he had nothing. He had one or two old dhotis and kurtas and that's it. He had nothing. But also the wealthiest person on the planet. So much devotion, so much knowledge. And it's amazing how much knowledge he had. He knows so many verses. And I'm always wondering, because he was a householder. For years he was a householder. And then he was writing so much, and he knows so many verses. He knows verses I never heard before. And so, it's just amazing. Spiritual genius. Yes, right up there with Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. But if sometimes I think about this, that if there was an assembly of these great devotees, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, the six Goswamis, and so many great sages, and Prabhupada was there, and there was asked, so who should speak? Who should speak? I mean, I have no doubt they would choose Prabhupada because he did what was predicted. Piti viti achiyata nagaranigram sarva chapatoya moyena. That the name of Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be preached every town and village throughout the world. He did it. He did it. There's an amazing pastime of Prabhupada. He was, when he was a householder, he would invite devotees. It's like devotees here, they invite devotees to their homes. So Prabhupada was a householder, he was inviting people. to his home, and they would have sadhusanga. His favorite was Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami was they were very close. So he would come and speak, and there was one devotee who had he was doubtful about this verse, Viti Viti Achiyana Nagaradigram, that the name of Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be spread to every town and village throughout the world. He's like, how is this possible? How's it even going to happen in India? What to speak of the world? So he was doubtful. So at this meeting that they had at Prabhupada's house, he was questioning the devotees. How is this? This is predicted that the name of Krishna Chaitanya will be to every town and village. How is it? The devotees, different devotees said different things, and he wasn't satisfied. But then he went to Prabhupada, Abai, he said, yes, we have to have faith. This is scripture. Somehow it will happen. But it's not going to happen because of any of you, he said. So then now fast forward. In 1971, this same person, the godbrother Prabhupada, he was in one city and he saw a Western devotee. Caucasian, Tilag, Dhoti, Kurta, the whole thing. So he went up to him and said, excuse me, where are you from? He said, I'm from America. You're from America? And how did all this happen to you? He said, that's my Guru's mercy. He said, oh, and who is your Guru? And he had a book and he showed the picture of Prabhupada. He said, Abai Babu, you did it. You did it.
Oh.
So Prabhupada did it. He did what nobody else did. So he's the heart of gold. We're lucky. We found a heart of gold. There's not many. Okay. Anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada.